Hi, welcome to everyone's favourite segment, Mailbag. And yes, apologies. This one is March 2025 Kickstarter. Sorry, I am comically bad, ridiculously bad at, opening packages. Sorry about that. Anyway, if you want to send something into Mailbag, send it to EEVblog Mailbag. Got to put Mailbag on it. PO Box 7949, Norwest, New South Wales 2153, Australia, not Austria. Thank you very much for Zifnu Electronics. I hope your Kickstarter was successful. So, let's crack this bad boy open. I've got the knife here. Look at that. Beautiful. And you can probably see, you had a spoiler there. It's nothing else on the bottom. It's a LED light, but geez, that could mean anything. Let's crack this open. And what do we got? Oh, there's a little, that's some sort of holder. We have a note. What does that hold? I don't know. What does that grab onto? That's not familiar at all. People are probably screaming at me, but there you go. Standard tripod mount. That's to hold the actual unit. Okay, it's to hold the actual unit on a tripod. Ooh, it's sealed for our protection. Ooh. Oh, it's a giant rubber band. Oh, look at that. That's a keeper. Damn. Okay, a T16. What's a T16 light? Let's have a look. Oh, okay. It's like a light, and what's it like? Is it a bike light or something like that? Let's press the button, see if it's charged after all this time. Look at the custom case in that. Oh, that's completely wanky. Look at that. No, that's plastic around the edges. I thought they were rubber baby buggy bumpers, but they're not. Zifnu, that is... Anyway, I do like... That is not just printed on there. That is like a textured, thing. So is that 3D printed? No, we've got USB-C recharging. We've got... No, that's the power. Oh, there we go. So, it's a light. What does it do? Let's see if it does anything. Oh, yeah, that changed brightness, didn't? Yes, that is changing brightness. Yes, it is, indeed. Is it like... Oh, okay. Patterns are changing. Okay, because that's going to give you less light. Ooh, sorry, strobe warning, epilepsy warning. Is it a bike light or something? And this is like a mount, but it's a tripod mount. So, I don't know. Let's read the note. Hang on. Does it remember the last mode? Yes, it remembers the last mode that you actually had. So, that's cool bananas. Greetings. I thought you may like to look at the new project I recently launched on Kickstarter. Mostly Kickstarter Make 100 campaign. The Kickstarter Make 100 campaign is a method to gauge interest in a kit. Oh, is that like a thing? Like the Kickstarter promote? Like to gauge interest in a kit? Anyway, that combines do-it-yourself electronics, 3D design, printing. Aha! So yes, the case kind of looks sort of like 3D printy. You could probably do it yourself. This is the first kit I've made available, and if their interest is sufficient, I have other kits in the future. T16 pocket panel is an EDC, everyday carry, LED light panel that fits in your pocket. The T16, the smallest of my pocket panels, is designed to fit inside a standard Altoid style tin. Yes, these Altoids. Altoids are like a thing in the US, but they were never a thing here in Australia. So Altoids tins, very popular project case, but they were never a thing here. I don't know, leave it in the comments. Is it just a US thing? I assume so. Anyway, for the past few years and found it quite handy. Need a bit more light while working stuff around the home and office. Hope others find it interesting. Not just another LED light, is designed in a manner to encourage modding customization. Awesome. Unused microcontroller pins are routed out to pads. Nice. And the constant current LED driver feedback circuit can be modified for more current to increase light output. Cost to reduce battery time. 3D case design files available for modification printing. Excellent. Example firmware available to assist with writing custom code. good. Awesome. Okay, so there's bright white 50/50 LEDs. Doesn't say the color, temperature, or anything like that, because color temperature doesn't matter. It's just an everyday carry light. So it's not like a video light where color temperature and the CRI, the color rendering index, would matter. So it's an EDC. Oh, microchip for all you microchip fanboys. Individual boost converters, easily accessible ICSC pads, pre-programmed with example firmware featuring 5 brightness levels and 5 modes. Very cool. There you go. There is the Kickstarter campaign. I had a look, and yeah, unfortunately only 10 people backed it. So hopefully after this video, because this does look quite cool, there you go. After this video, if you're interested, I'm sure that there's no name on here, Zifnu Electronics will make another run. So I've got a tripod holder like that. That's pretty cool. You could 3D print that. For those who want to know about my everyday carry, there it is. I can't remember the brand of it, but yeah, it's basically just a AAA LED torch, as we call it here. None of that American flashlight rubbish. And it's got multiple, oh, yeah, the battery's still good, is it? It's got multiple. Anyway, it does have multiple brightness. I think the battery's a bit low. But yeah, this is my everyday carry. So there you go. Very useful. I wouldn't everyday carry something like this unless I was on like a special, you know, like unless I knew I actually needed it. Now, as for the design aspects, if you're everyday carrying this in your pocket, then of course you don't want to like accidentally bump it on. And the power button there is recessed, but you know, if it was actually, you know, it requires something special to actually push it, but it's got a standby switch here. So, hello, McFly? Nope. Anyway, this could easily, of course, get slid in your pocket. Slid? Is that the correct? What's going on? I'm pressing power. Pressing power. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, so that's the standby. Like, oh, okay, right, so that's designed as a lockout. Okay, that's designed so if it's in your pocket, that will lock that out. So, okay, thought about that. Excellent, thumbs up. But yeah, that could, like, there's very little pressure on that, and that would easily slide in my pocket over like that. So, but you have to do that and then switch that on, and there's quite a lot of pressure to actually switch that button on. So it's okay, but I probably would have preferred a little bit more protection, perhaps. Maybe having a better recessed slide button, perhaps. All right, let's crack this bad boy open, shall we, and see what's inside. So, designed for hackability, open source. There we go. Metal threaded inserts. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, that's a Bobby Dazzler. There you go. So you can 3D print this, and then the metal threaded insert studs, you can just push those in. Neat. It's got a little light pipe there, little transparent 3D printed thing. So that one is 3D printed. It's very nice. On the outside, it looked, I thought it looked a bit 3D printery, and the bottom side like that. Neat. Okay, so yeah, they look like you could easily print that on any 3D printer, and then I don't know that you'd need a 2-color 3D printer to actually do that. I don't have a 2-color, or yeah, just like pause it and then change the filament or whatever if you're that desperate to actually do that, or you just have a dual color, those newfangled dual color printers. Nice attention to detail on the hold. Oh, I thought they were rubber straps. No, they're actually 3D printed straps to hold down the battery. That's neat. Nice attention to detail there. The LiPo battery has internal protection there. Very nice PCB mounted switch, cap switch like that. So that's pretty groovy. So can we, oh, and there's the on-off switch. Yeah, that is a very low force switch. There's really not much force required on there at all. So yeah, anyway, we've got the cutout there for the USB-C, so they've got that right in the middle of the board. Very nice. That's going to be really quite rugged. The force is going through the 4 solder joints like that. No worries. So yeah, that looks groovy. We've got it's fused in there. We don't have a schematic for this thing. I'm not sure if it's open source schematic. You'd have to have a look on the website, but That is groovy, is it not? So yeah, I'm not sure about the maximum brightness. There's no figure, there's no lumen figures or anything like that. But let's turn the lights off and see what we get in the lab here. All right, we're in the lab here. You can see a couple of things are on over there, and there you go. I mean, it's an everyday carry, so it's designed for more, like, it's not designed for like lighting up areas, although it could in an emergency, of course. And it does quite a reasonable, nice, wide field job. I'm liking the really nice, even, bright, wide field nature of this thing. It's really neat. And if you want to, check something up close, for example, this is more like it's, useful for you wouldn't use it in the dark, but you would, in lower light conditions, you'd be lighting up stuff that you want to, inspect and things like that. So that works really well. I'm happy with that. Nice. So well done, Zifnu Electronics. I will link in that one down below and check it out. And this is going straight to the pool room, or going straight to the dungeon. I think this will be my, well, I guess you can't call it an EDC, but this will be my little work light down in the, auxiliary work light down in the dungeon, I think, when I need to, look up something close. I'll just hang that on the wall or whatever, and then it'll be like a 3D print a little cradle for it. It's on the wall, ready to go. It'll be charged up, and, Bob's your uncle. So, yeah, I like it. The T16. Thank you very much, Hans Strickard from Stuttgart in Deutschland. Hi to all my Deutschland viewers. And Mailbag, I have to read the note first, apparently. So, yeah, this one's taken a while. It's wrapped China style for our protection, so this could be annoying. It's hard to do it when you're behind a camera, There we go. That's the way. Ooh, we've got a case. Nice. All right, what do we got? We've got a Qoool Sensing Q, OOOL, Qoool Sensing. As they said, read the note first. Okay, Qoool Sensing Hans Strickard. Oh, it's a company. So I thought it was a person. And there you go. Mailbag Monday. Well, I haven't done Mailbag Monday in a while. Hi, Andre. I'm EEVblog member. Oh, Branadic. Yes. Stuttgart in Germany is a research institute with manufacturing capabilities focused on assembly technology. Our group in particular uses these technologies to develop new sensors such as capacitive, single and dual axis inclination sensors. Nice. Capacitive pressure sensors, resistive strain gauges. Nice. I've used those. Capacitive and inductive position sensors, optical enclosures, optical acceleration sensors, many more. I've always wanted to send something into Mailbag Monday. I thought it was something that you and your viewers have never seen before. Awesome. I'm currently leading a public-funded BMBF project. I assume that's a government thing, maybe, named Qoool Sensing, aimed to develop low-cost quantum magnetometer based on nitrogen vacancy centers in diamonds, obviously. The magnetometer will teach 3 topics: fluorescence in diamonds, optical detected magnetic resonance, ODMR for short, and Zeeman splitting. Obviously, it's got to have Zeeman splitting. Our project is centered around the SenseBox Re-EDU ESP32-based microcontroller platform, already available at 2,000 schools in Germany, to learn programming using sensors, display, wireless communications. Cool kids call them and designed as add-on modules for this platform. Cool. So it's like an educational module kit thing. Quantum launched the Quantum Effects 24 that lets you experience fluorescence of the diamond. Here the ball contains 4 LEDs, 1 blue, 1 green, 1 amber and 1 red that can be switched on and off by varying in brightness. The kit comes with a 3D printed plastic frame and a micro diamond and color filter attached to it. It can be placed over different LEDs than what you observe in fluorescence of the diamond. Wow! Awesome. Recently came up the lamp, a limited edition battery-powered quantum pocket demonstrator, again to teach fluorescence. If you turn on the torch, you should see the tiny diamond glow in red through the color filter. Up till now, only 20 torches were built. Hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. Andre, awesome. Head of sensors, actuators, components, and systems. Wow, yeah, we definitely, we had to read the note. Otherwise, I would have had no idea what the heck this is. It's very light. Okay, so that's a filtery thing. And okay, right, that's why it's light, because that is the battery for it. And how do we, Okay, so let's whack our battery in there. I assume that the positive goes in there like that. Going to assume that. I don't know. You know what they say about assumptions. It's on. We do have a red glow. Hang on, lights off. Sure enough, we do have a red glow through that. Not sure what the green on the outside is, but we can, so that diamond inside is fluorescing. And I guess, you know, you have to go into the physics of this thing. You know, I'm sure like this is part of like a course, of course, an educational course that they'd be teaching. No, we can't like adjust the filter or anything like that. It fluoresces. Diamond fluorescence. I'm going to have to, well, probably grok it these days. So what we just looked at there, basically a current source into a green LED with a red colour filter in front of it. On top of the LED, a hand-selected 150 micron diamond is individually attached by hand. Nice, and it glows. It glows. There you go. Yeah, you can see it. That red dot in there is fluorescing, and that demonstrates quantum thing. So this would go along with your, you know, your whiteboard talk about all the quantum theory and whatnot. But that is cool bananas. Thank you for sending that in. We've certainly never seen anything like that before, even though it's not visually interesting because it's, well, it's just a red dot. But the actual theory and physics behind that, I'm sure is very, very impressive. Well done to the Hans Strickard group for all their educational stuff, and I'm sure they provide like educational material and stuff behind this as well, so you can learn about this in your quantum class in Germany. Great stuff. Hi to all my viewers from Estonia. We don't get too many, but there have been a few over the years from Estonia. Released from biosecurity control. They obviously x-rayed this and thought, oh, something dodgy going on here. Can't quite make it out, but something circuit board. Yeah, okay. Let's open it up. Biosecurity was certainly concerned, that's for sure. And a note. I wonder if biosecurity like read the note, you know, and it's like explaining what it is. Probably, I don't know, they probably do. I don't know, just for kicks. I don't know, if you work in biosecurity, yeah, hardly biosecurity control. Oh, this is cool. I like this. So a 3D printed, 2 AAA batteries on the back. We have a learning module, don't even have to read the note to know what this is. Built-in blocks for digital circuits. It's a demo thing, and you can buffer. These are the inputs. You can high, low. Well, I was going to say, I would have liked to have seen, hello. First thing is that would have liked to have seen, you know, 1 or a 0. There, obviously up would be 1, but like that's not implied. I would have liked to have seen silkscreened a 1 or a 0 on there. Thank you very much. I like the concept, you know, great little demonstrator for like, you know, digital logic classes and stuff like that. Just lets you experiment with the individual things and the LEDs come on. Great. Oh, this is cool. In 2023, my little brother asked me about logic gates. I tried to explain, but I noticed it's not so easy to really understand how they work just by talking. That gave me the idea to build something hands-on, something where you can see and test logic gates in real life. So I designed a small board called Logic Gates that let you try different combinations and actually see the output. I think doing this is the best way to learn. Over time, I improved the design based on feedback from others. Now it's a working, easy-to-use tool, and you can see more about it here at LogicGat. Not Logic Gate, logicgat.es for Estonia. Thank you very much, Oliver. That is quite cool. I just realised that you don't really need to put the 1 or the 0 on there because it's implied by the LED that lights up here. If it's on, then it's a 1. So anyway, just a little touch like that because you've got a 0 or 1 on the table here. So anyway, it would have been nice to be able to like join them together. Something like have an actual pad and then be able to wire them, like link wires over and stuff like that, so you can like combine gates together. So that would have been my only suggestion for that, but let's try it out. Ta-da! Oh, we're on. Look at that. Beautiful. Bobby Dazzler. On. buffer like that, and 1, 0, and a 0, so we have to switch that to 1, and it gives a 1 on the output. Beautiful. NAND, of course, is going to be opposite to that. If you've got 1 and 1 on the input, you're going to get a 0 on the output instead of a 1, and if either of those are 0, then your output is going to be 1. And then you've got the fabulous XOR and XNOR over here. XOR, of course, if the inputs are different, a 1 or 0, or a 0 or 1, your output is a 1. And likewise, this will be NOR, because it'll just be the inverse of that. When they're the same, you get a 1 on the output, and when they're different, you get a 0 on the output. Like that. Very cool. Awesome. Good work, Oliver. I like that. Thumbs up. Link down below. We have a third suck of the sav from Beelink, the company who has sent in those cool little mini PCs. We have another one, but it's not quite a mini PC. You'll see in a minute. Well, it is, but it kind of isn't. It's targeted for a different market. So, let's have a look. Ta-da! Beelink. Oh, hello. Beelink. Ta-da! Beelink Me Mini. It's a Me Mini. Cool. So, look at that, the lovely top on it. And how does that slides out? Oh, look at that. So they put the just the top, what it looks like on the top and bottom of the case. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, we got our hydraulic box for you hydraulic box aficionados. And this is the Me Mini user manual. That's all in, no, yeah, it's all in your different languages or whatever. Yep. Okay, cool bananas. And let's lift it off, and you might be able to guess. In fact, I won't tell you. What we've got, just like before, we've got our HDMI there, and we've got our power cord. That's the Aussie one. Beautiful. Yes, it is. It's got the insulated pins on it, so that it is compliant. Excellent. But of course, they do have like a specific Australian arm, I believe, that do this. So it is. It's got the wrapped for our protection. There you go. You can already tell that this is not your usual mini PC, although I do believe it can be used as a mini PC. This might give you a clue. Archive your moments, and in different languages there. There you go. It's got like a clock on there with some Roman numerals. Not sure if you're seeing that. You've got to get it in the right light, but yeah. Cool bananas. Small form factor. There's your power button. You've got your USB-Cs. You've got a couple of LEDs here. You've got your USB-A and nothing else on the bottom here. There you go. Nice rubber baby buggy bumper feet. Say it 3 times quickly so it doesn't slide around. Nice. And there's all your inlets, because Beelink are very good at their thermals. They're awesome at their low noise and high performance thermal solutions, fit to envelope solutions in there. So that takes your air from the bottom, and that is going to be exhaust out the top like that. So I really like the design of this. They made it look good. Anyway, direct mains input, of course, another USB-A, 2 Ethernets so that you can do, your public-private LAN or whatever, or you can dual bandwidth or whatever, and a HDMI. So this is obviously designed as like a media center / storage solution type thing. And you know what we say here on the EEVblog, don't turn it on, take it apart with our Swiss Army knife. And these are probably rubber, yeah, the little rubber feet there. And we'll be able to see inside this thing. So yeah, it's not the PC that we've seen before. This is a storage solution. And you got threaded metal inserts, no worries. Whoa, there we go. And we're in like Flynn. Look at this. There you go. We've got our M.2 slots. We've got a whole bunch of them. We've got 3 here. One is populated like that. And we've got another one here which has a Wi-Fi slot on it. We've got a battery there for our real-time clock, and 3 more. So we've got 6 M.2 slots here. And this heatsink solution is just gorgeous. It's one large extruded aluminium heatsink with the air. The solution is quite nice. You can see like there's extra chunky boy aluminium going right up the center there. So lots of surface area to get the heat out on this bad boy. So what we've got here is it's populated with just the one. So at the moment we're populated with just our one memory stick here, which holds the OS. So one of these slots is actually dedicated to the OS. So we can actually take that out there, and they've got the thermal pads. Yes, they have taken the sticker off, so that's proper. And this is a crucial jobby, and this is a crucial jobby, the P3 plus M.2 2280. The 80 is the length, so 80 millimeter length on this, and this is it comes standard with the crucial sticks, and they do Beelink recommend the crucial sticks for this because of their various advantages, whatever. So they've partnered with Crucial to provide these, but Crucial are a top brand stick, so you're not going to have any worries about that whatsoever. So yeah, I believe that comes populated with Windows 11, I think, but you can install a whole bunch of OSs. Oh, almost put it upside down, all the electrons are going to fall out. There we go. Yeah, you can install any OS you like on this. You can install your Linuxes, and I'll put up a list of a whole bunch of different things, and it's designed to be a basically a RAID, like a RAID box, or a like a storage box or whatever, so you can implement it as a RAID with a redundant stick or do whatever. But because it's got a HDMI out, you could actually use this as like a little low power, almost practically silent, because I guarantee you this fan is like, you're not going to be able to hear this fan. It'll be like 30 dB. In fact, I'll put the spec up here for this thing. And there's our mains power supply there. We've had a look at their power supplies before. They're beautiful. That's a 12 volt, 3.75 amp jobby there. So, it's not a beast of a computer. It's not designed for that. It's designed for high throughput storage solution with the 6 M.2 slots and a silent one at that. But I reckon with the HDMI, you're going to be able to use that as a 4K media server as well. And that's what I'll probably use it for. Might install it at home as a 4K media server, because I don't have one. But yeah, at the moment, we've just got our OS on here. Unfortunately, I don't have any just spare M.2 cards lying around to actually fully populate this thing. But yeah, you can install it in any sort of like configuration you want, and the sky's the limit with the software. So now the base model unit without the 2 terabyte memory stick, so that's only got 12 gigabytes of RAM, plus it actually has a 64 gigabyte memory actually on the main board as well, so maybe that is where the OS is. But anyway, so that the base model unit without the stick is currently on their website for 209 Yankee bucks. It's got an Intel Twin Lake N150 processor in it, so sounds really dirt cheap. The one configured here with the 2 terabyte Crucial stick is 329 Yankee bucks, and then of course you can populate it yourself however you want. But yeah, bare bones 209 bucks. So that is a cheap media server slash NAS box or whatever you want to use it for, and you can configure it using a whole bunch of different operating systems, a whole bunch I haven't even heard of. So I don't know, nerd out down below. But yeah, that's quite something. And as I said, the cooling solution in this, I checked the specs, yeah, maximum of 33 dB. You're basically not going to hear the fan in this thing, so it's practically silent, as the other Beelink PCs we've looked at were, even though they were massively more powerful than this one and had far less heat sinking, because this is a real, you don't have to do much to cool down a heatsink like that. So, yeah, that's really something. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to take it apart and, show you the processor and everything else. That's kind of like beyond the mailbag here, but maybe you can have a squiz. Oh, we can use our light from before. Check it out. So this is what a task light, and you can see the heatsink, the big, massive chunk of copper going on that Intel Twin Lake processor in there, and then it just goes right up the middle, right up the shaft. A nice big thick copper shaft right in the middle. That's what she said. And yeah, so it doesn't take much to actually cool down a big chunkin' heatsink like that, even with 6 M.2 slots, I'm sure. So yeah, max 32 dB, 33 dB. Nice. If we just take the cover off that power supply module there, wow, that's really chocker, but we've had a more decent look at their power supplies before. Yeah, I can't readily get that thing out from the outside here. You sort of have to get it from the inside out, so I'd have to take it all apart. But yeah, they're impressive fit-to-envelope designs and thermal solutions are very impressive. I like it. The designers at Beelink really know what they're doing. Oh, I didn't show the specs on the one I've got. This is pearl white. You can actually get it in different colors. So, as I said, the Intel Twin Lake M150, it's got 12 gig of memory and 64 gig of eMMC just for the OS, it looks like. So, yeah, but I thought that I had read somewhere that you could put the OS on one of these sticks as well if you wanted something bigger, I think. Anyway, all right, plugged in my wireless mouse and keyboard, although it does have the Bluetooth as well, and it's got Wi-Fi 6 and everything else, so it's going to be super fast for your connection. But hopefully I've got is my bloody monitor on? Not sure. Oh, yep, it just automatically switched on, so I think it detected something. No signal detected, it says. I'm sure there's a signal there. This monitor's dodgy as. Need to get another one from the dumpster. Oh, yeah, there we go. Windows. Yep, it's got the window. I'm going to have to go through the whole Windows setup process, aren't I? And I'm sure it's that newfangled Windows 11 too. So I'm going to assume that that's installed on that 64 gig memory on the main board, and the 2 terabytes is available for the storage. I could test that by simply removing the 2 terabytes. Anyway, you don't have to install the Windows. Here's a whole bunch of other ones that you can install that it actually supports, and there's probably more beyond that as well. Oh, do I have to choose the United States of America? They barely even speak English in America. Australia. Not an American rubbish. US keyboard though. Yeah, sign my life away. Thank you very much. I go, does it matter? We just you may as well say just you bend over and take it up the rear, you know? Enter my name. Do I have to choose a name? Yeah, Marty. Enter a password. Next, can I skip the password? Yes, I can skip the password. No, don't track me, bro. Don't do anything. No, bugger off, bugger off, bugger off, bugger off, bugger off, bugger off, bugger off. Hi. Getting things ready for you. This might take a few minutes. Don't turn off your PC. Okay. But as I said, if you don't want to be burdened by the Windows, then you can install any flavor of whatnot you want. You could probably even, like a dedicated NAS solutions and things like that. No worries whatsoever. And yep, I got the Windows 11. And if we go into File Explorer, we should get our 2 terabytes. But I believe that Windows does have like a NAS kind of thingy. Oh no, there you go. The OS is actually Windows is installed on that external 2 terabyte Crucial drive, and the internal disk is free, but I'm sure you could configure that any way you want. That's just how they've supplied it installed for me. So I'm not sure if it'll come with like Windows 11 out of the box like happened here if you don't buy the stick. Windows 11 isn't using a huge amount in the modern scheme of things, I guess. 1.77 terabytes are free on there, but yeah, I believe one of the slots is actually dedicated to the OS. That's where you should actually put the OS. But if you want to install like a little, simple install of Linux or something, sure you could do it on that drive there. No wuckers. I mean, 60 gig, plenty. So let's run CPU ID, shall we? And this will give you an idea of what's inside this bad boy. So we've got an Alder Lake max TDP, 6 watts. There you go. So yeah, this is a super duper low power jobby, but it's going to actually work, and they advertise it as such as a media center. It can run Plex and all sorts of other things with the M1 core voltage 0.6 volts. God, when I was a boy. So the main board AZW, it's the Mini AMI BIOS, and the memory, we've got 12 gig of memory there, and we've got our DDR5 memory. That's the 64 gigabyte jobby. The graphics is just the built-in Intel graphics, but good enough for like a media thing. You're not gaming on this thing. So let's actually run. So let's stress the CPU, shall we? And I mean, at the moment, I cannot hear the fan at all. I have to stick my ear right up to that before I can actually hear anything, and even then, it's just an absolute nothing burger. So that's being fully stressed at the moment. Of course, only got one of the 6 slots populated, but the CPU's being flogged. And yeah, it's just fine. It's super silent, so you can practically say this thing is silent. You really wouldn't hear it. So benchmark-wise, that M150 is on par with like an i7 5960X, for example. Single-core thread, of course. It's just got, you know, more better cores on there. But yeah, the single-core performance, you know, it's pretty decent. What the hell? Prime Video is incompatible with your current operating system or web browser. I'm just using the default install of Edge here. You must update to watch Prime Video titles. Okay. I'll install another browser because it's playing the preview just fine. System requirements: Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari, Opera, web browser, streaming video quality up to HD. Yeah, I mean, for Windows 10, 11, that should have worked, right? And there you go. Yep, no worries. That must be an Edge thing. This is working on Chrome, no problems whatsoever. I've only got a 1080p monitor here, but the specs say you can play back at 4K, 60 frames per second, no worries whatsoever. There's Mav. Yeah, awesome. Those speakers are coming through the monitor there. It's got to do his 200 push-ups. Nice. Anyway, highly recommend Top Gun Maverick. I've done a review of that if you want to see it. Oh, there's Penny Benjamin. And I love, by the way, the X-ray thing or whatever it's called in Prime Video here. It's awesome. You can get like the cast that's in the current scene, and you can get biographies and show other stuff. And yeah, it's really very good. Boom, boom, boom. Fantastic. So there you go. That is a winner chicken dinner. That is the Beelink Me Mini there. I'll link it in down below. It's like base price, $209. You can, I think it says pre-order. So you can install up to 24 terabytes in this thing across those 6 M.2 slots maximum. That's way above the 16 terabytes I've got in my NAS box at the moment. They use real hard drive spinners in there, the old magnetic stuff. And yeah, this would easily be a better NAS solution here, but my other one like me, I edit my videos directly from my NAS over the network. I don't actually do it locally on the machine. The video files I actually edit directly on the NAS, and it's got plenty of bandwidth and everything, so it's no problems whatsoever. This would be even more better for that, but in terms of my video editing solution, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think I'll use this for some other NAS storage rather than my existing solution, because I've got like Dropbox on there. It's a Synology one. I've got Dropbox auto synced with thing, and you can do all that on this, but then I'd have to go reset up everything, and like, yeah, I just don't want to interrupt any of my video flow process, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'll probably use this as a home media server perhaps. I could use it in the lab as a just an extra storage box, because my 16 terabytes is getting a bit full. So anyway, whole bunch of options with a NAS solution like this. So yeah, you can use it as a regular PC, but it's basically a cool little NAS box that you can install anything you want on it. Awesome. And it seems pretty cheap. So, and excellent design and build quality. So yeah, I'll link it in down below. It says on the website at the moment they're taking pre-orders for that $209 Yankee bucks, of course. Base unit, it's available in different colors and whatnot. So you can then populate it with whatever memory solution, but they provide the crucial memory in there, which is a really top brand. So I'm not sure if it's technically released yet, but you can certainly pre-order it, or maybe they ran out of the first stock and they're doing another pre-order batch. Anyway, seems like a really great value NAS solution, because those bloody Synology boxes cost a fortune. What are they, like $500, $800 for a bloody Synology, empty Synology NAS box? Crazy. Anyway, yeah, so nice little solid state jobby, and you can use this as a media server. Oh, beauty. Anyway, linked in down below. Catch you next time.